Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. In the last episode, we were heading from Limsa to Gredonia and then to Ul'dah. And so we just finished talking to Raban. He's the general here. And we're going to take the quest from Bartholomew, but we need to run around and collect the Ethernets and any jobs that might be available here. All right. I don't think I need that. I'm going to take... my lord. I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderin, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Baderin would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. All right, so Baderin's got a job for us, so let's get our business done here in Ul'dah and we'll head back home. Now, we did already get the Aethernet that's up here, so we're going to travel down here. Ouch. And there should be a bunch of them down here. Let's see, this way. Okay. Now, we're close to the Gladiator Guild, so let's see. Was it down here? Yeah, it is down here. Gladiator is another tank position. Welcome to the Gladiator Guild, adventurer. Here, our members train tirelessly with sword and shield so that their names might be one day writ in the legend. Was that a flash of interest in your eyes? If you wish to study swordplay, know that the admission to the guild is free of charge. I had marked you as a man of action. I am pleased to see that I was not wrong. Now, while you may be familiar with the deadly dance of battle, you are new to us, and I must begin at the beginning. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training, and you must be able to endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and, like as not, for far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there's no other way if you mean to take to the blood sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ul'dah. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow him to claim a seat in the syndicate? There's not an Ul'dan alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there's no truer embodiment of that dream than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, the Guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend, or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to the first sword, Myla. Seek her out and obtain her approval. Myla. Aye, I heard, Lulutsu. So you're Roland Painter. 'Tis a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Mila, Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts. I presume you have your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's easiest to learn? A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade well is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Roland, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and, if it be your fate, die by it? Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Take this sword. There are many like it, but this one is yours. Consider it a gift if you like. Now, wear it on your hip as I do, and show me you're ready to begin their training. Okay. Well, that training will start on another day. Right. Let's see. We got that Ethernet. Let's run up to the next one. Okay. We go upstairs. There's a lot of them in Ulda. Now, there's a lot of guilds down here too. There's miners and goldsmiths and all kind of stuff. Well, that's weird. I thought... Huh. There it is. Now, there is one we missed upstairs, so let me get it. Let's see, we go to the Chamber of Rule. And there's one. If I can find the right way up. Up that way. Here we go. This is the hardest one to find when you're first looking because it's way up here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the Chamber of Rule. And let's go back where we very first started. Take that elevator down. And we want to go to the Ruby Road. Alrighty. A couple of them down this way. Up to my right is the oldest pub, tavern, whatever you want to call it. The adventures clubs are always in the pubs for some reason. And then we want to go to the Ruby Road. Alrighty. A couple of them down this way. Up to my right is the oldest pub, tavern, whatever you want to call it. The adventures clubs are always in the pubs for some reason.  'Cause Here's the marketplace up ahead. And while I'm here, I hope I don't forget, but while I'm here, I'm going to make Ulda my home point. To me, it's centrally located. I spend a lot of time here. Coming and going, so. Alright, let's head back to the Adventurers Guild. Head to the other side of the plaza. Alright, let's go down here. There's the main one. Always remember, the one you set for your home, that's the one you're going to go to if you die. It's also a free teleport. Doesn't cost you anything, so I'm going to set this one as my home point. There's another reason I set Ulda as my home point. It's easy to get from Ulda to Liminza. It's not hard to do. Gridania's kind of out of the way. Okay, so that was the last one. Now the gates have both opened for us. And we are at the Thermitage Guild, which is the Black Mage Guild. These guys are the powerhouse of mages. Welcome to the guild. It's a fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these hallowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught, primeval magics with which to bring about the enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield that power, I urge you to seize this moment and confide in me your arcane ambitions. Yes, there truly was no other answer, was there? What say you then, adventurer? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy, let our learned sages guide your descent. Ah, but before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guildmasters that you're possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. When you're ready to submit to judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you to study these volumes of fundamental thaumaturgy principles, all 108 of them. Or at least I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices. I suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guild masters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild, when one is required. Who? What? Oh. False teeth, man. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? Look at that expectant face. This gentleman's obviously a new applicant for the guild, seeking audience with our eldest brother. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites of the virtuous fallen, but the simple task of keeping our name straight seems ever beyond her grasp. What's this? What's this? Thal has led us a new aspirant. Ah, Kokobuki. Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest of the 5 masters. It's my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzard, somnolence. The thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate or obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of thaumaturgy's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Confident response. Your name, if you will? Very well, Roland. Let us mark your initiation with 3 practical gifts. My first gift to you shall be an addition to your hunting log, the names of such enemies that will prove suitable to your training as a thaumaturge. The second and third gifts are this scepter and shield, instruments that you shall need to focus the destructive force of your will. Do you believe your initiation over, my dear disciple? We have only just begun. Take your new weapon in hand, and I will set you forth upon your first trial. All right, there's that now. Now we've got one more, I think. We've got Pugilist. The hand-to-hand fighter. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. We fighters are specialties in hand-to-hand combat, though through rigorous training we forge devastating weapons of our fists and feet, which we employ to great effect in battle. There's no better place in the realm to train in our discipline than here. If you would walk the path of the pugilist, I highly recommend you add your name to our roll. What do you say, friend? A decision you'll not regret, but before we proceed to the paperwork, it's essential that you know something of our guild's storied past. Throughout time, man has used whatever has been at his disposal to settle disputes. In the beginning, that meant fighting with his fists, such as hand-to-hand combat existed in various forms throughout Erosia, each evolving independently of one another. The origins of pugilism as we know it, however, can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attracted fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the blood sands. Amidst this chaotic intermingling of styles, there rose a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made it in her life's mission to master every form she encountered, that she might refine her art. Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when bare-handed fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armored gladiators and effortlessly bested the lot of them. Word of her feat spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ulda swiftly transformed into a center of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters. The woman's name was Cornelia, and it is to her that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The art practiced here is based on her all-encompassing style, and this training hall is modeled upon the one which she once built. And there it is, a brief history of our guild. I've told this tale 1,000 times, but gods, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, before we can proceed with your enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know when you are ready to meet him. Are you ready to present yourself to the Guildmaster? Master Hammond is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, the man ruled the Blood Sands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favor of training aspiring fighters. You will find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show to him the fighting spirit that burns within you. Hey, past time you got your ass back here. Well, what did that dancer have to say about my proposition? Huh? You're not my errand boy. There's no dancer. There never was. I'm not doing anything indecent. I swear to the gods. What? You're here to enroll? Oh, well, why didn't you say so? In my capacity as Guildmaster, I would be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless, you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as a blade, hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack in destructive force, we more than make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, you'll also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realize his potential. Crikey, I'm spent from all that talking. You have to speak more, son. Give me a chance to catch my breath. But where was I? All right, joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you not believe you've got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself. Yes, you have fighting spirit. I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these halls. Welcome to the guild, son. To help you on your way, I'll add some names to your hunting log. Opponents that will make you hone your skills. And so, as to make a budding pugilist of you, here's your very own pair of Hora. They're a tad old and rusted, but they'll serve to make you look meaner, and I reckon. Now, I have a mind to assign you your first lesson. Arm yourself with your tools and let me know when you're ready to begin. All right, I think I got all the jobs. Let's take a look. Okay, we got Gladiator, Marauder. We can't get Dark Knight till level, 50. Gunbreaker doesn't come along till level 60. When you start Dark Knight, you actually start at level 30, but you can't get it till you're 50. Gunbreaker, I can't remember, but I think it starts at 60. We've got Conjure, that's the White Mage. Scholar, we can get, but not until we've gotten the Arcanist leveled up to 30. Astrologian, we don't get that until 50. We got Pugilist, Lancer, and Rogue. Samurai we get at 50. We've got the Archer, Machinist we get at 50. The Dancer we don't get till 60. Red Mage and Blue Mage we both get at 50, although Red Mage, you actually start at level 50. Blue Mage, you only start at level 30. So we've got everything we can get at this point in time. Right. I guess we're off to Limsa. Home again, home again. Veteran. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you in a... Well, if it ain't the one and only Roland Painter. I was told a distinguished adventurer might be reporting for duty. Fancy that venture being you. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding. But if you think you're still interested, let me know, and I'll fill you in on the details. Hey, we leveled up again. It's probably pirates. Thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it that suspicious-looking boogers have been sneaking around in and out of Sestasha Sea Grot. I need a trustworthy sort to head up north and to Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But since that nasty business over at Swift Perch, folks have been a bit uneasy. Well, I say a bit. 'Tis all they can do to keep from soiling themselves every time the bloody floorboards creak. If you'd permit me, Master Baterin, I should be happy to elaborate. Raynor! Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving or just thirsty? Neither. In fact, I came to welcome Roland back to Limsa. It is well you have returned. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sestasha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of corals have taken up residence in the caves, nothing to concern us in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sestasha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I'm loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it's settled. Sestasha is located in western Lenosha. For more details, instructions on how to get to the place, I suggest you consult Vimelpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard it, man. Good luck to you, lad. All right, let's get over to Aleport. So basically, this is our first dungeon. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ships been seen slipping through the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sestasha here, well, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback-facing fancy and serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying that you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Alright, so we're going to have to register for this. So I'm going to do that. We just go down to our duty finder. And there it is. It's the only dungeon we've done, so it's the first on the list. And we need to hit join. And now I have to sit back, relax, and wait for 3 other people to join me. And I'll come back when I do. I just noticed that there's a group here. These Veer, Ida, Pio, and Liavin. These group of adventurers. These are NPCs, and we're going to meet some of them later in the story. I've done this a million times. Didn't know they were outside here. And that concludes our first dungeon. Hope you had fun. I'm going to end the episode here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.